Hey, it's Bri here to tell you about Creaky Studios. Go ahead, Bri. Tell them all about it. I will. So, Creaky Studios, if you're going to be a podcaster, and I mean, come on, who doesn't want to be? You can learn one-on-one with the only guy we trust with our sound, and that is Declan. Declan is offering some professional courses here. This is like going to college on the internet or whatever, man. You know how people do it. But this is one-on-one with Declan. I mean, most people don't survive. They end up at the bottom of a peat bog, but you're doing it on the computer. You don't have to meet them in real life. His first course is the beginner to intermediate. That starts on July 25th, and that's going to cover podcast recording, podcast repair, and publishing it, which I guess means putting it up on iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever it is that people put their podcasts up. Much too important to be bothered with that kind of thing. And then there's a second course, which starts on August 15th, and that covers advanced repair, which we've needed on quite a few occasions, and Declan's been the man. Editing, music, and FX, and also promotion and building an audience. So, God damn it, I don't know how much these courses are. I didn't write it down. But you can find out. Go to creakystudios.com/training. And you can start talking to the man himself about how to get your podcast out there and crush lesser podcasts like, I don't know, say I Sell Comics. It's true, I guarantee it. creakystudios.com/training. One-on-one with me.
Chariots of the gods, motherfucker.
Right, that doesn't sound like normal talk.
Why is that not normal talk?
So this wasn't an American, so they don't matter.
I feel a Brontosaurus hatchet job coming.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. With BQ and with Walt, your favorites. All your favorites are here. A beardless BQ who caved to the pressure of the government. This was quite the thing the other day on Twitter. Walt.
Was it?
The Twitter world was hashtagging and trending.
Really? I saw none of this.
Yeah. So talking about the Mandela effect. Is Quinn have a beard or not? How do people remember you?
Yeah, beardless.
But you're saying it's for a very good reason.
Yeah, I had officially retired from the fire department in New York City last week. And through various here or there, I was able to work one last day. So I thought it would be, respectful to adhere to FDNY grooming standards for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. So I shaved and went in, put on my old clothes, dusted them off, got to work.
Like your suit was still hanging there? Like
in my locker, my suit was...
In reverence?
Yeah.
Your locker was still there?
Yeah, my locker's still there, yeah.
No, now it's...
Well, it's still
they
there
should
now.
do something like Lou Gehrig or Babe Ruth and just keep it there.
They won't do it. My locker's it's in a prime position, so they won't shrine it at all. There's vultures circling for it as we speak. I would like a velvet
shrine
rope. I would like a velvet rope around it. You know what I'm saying?
With a spotlight shining down on it.
Yeah,
something something low key.
Maybe put it in a glass case like Batman would do in the Batcave. I suggested all of this, but no, it's in too good of a position in the firehouse. So,
and I remember I visited once. I went down the Staten Island. What company are you in?
Ladder 86.
Ladder 86. Q let me slide down the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It's not as easy as you think.
No.
Okay.
No, I blew him afterwards. and thanks. But the pole I slid down.
And you were able to even in your poor health, you're
My
able,
infirm
You're
state.
decrepit.
you were able to
Was
get
I
down the
decrepit
pole?
at that time? I don't
No,
think so.
no, you weren't.
Oh, okay, so you hadn't taken your beatings yet?
No, yeah, like I reached out for the pole and in a drugged out state just fell through the hole.
I'm good.
He got stuck in the hole.
This hurts. Somebody bring me some painkillers.
Don't worry about it.
Now, do you get to keep your, what's the proper term? Hat, helmet?
Helmet, I get to keep. It's mine.
You gonna put it in that like that plexiglass, like they
shrine
put
it?
a football helmet in?
It's been on a shelf in my living room for a few years now. It's right there.
You gotta do something like nice to it, right? Like,
I think it looks good where it is. Okay. It's good. I like it. I got to keep certain equipment. The rest I had to turn in. My turnout gear, all the bunker coats, all gone. Unfortunately.
Did you see any action?
I did. I'm not allowed. I did. I had a good last night. I wasn't supposed to, but I went along anyway.
you went along to fight a fire.
Yeah.
I would think that
True's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
yeah. And
I wasn't thinking about True at all. I was
what
thinking
about the rest of the guys? Are like, well, this guy hasn't seen any action in about 15 years, right? Or how long?
What
you
if he
been
got
on?
stuck
How
in the
long you
hole
been
like that other guy?
How long? I mean, 5 years, right?
4 years. Yeah,
4 years. Like, what happens if he forgets something? I mean, or was it something like one of the guys just start a brush fire and then call it in? And
Yeah, no, it was.
Somebody was an arsonist on the fire department. Just come on, let's give him he shaved for us.
If it was something big, I would have done like outside, kind of an outside
you would have
position.
been on the truck or something.
No, not on the truck, but you could always like place ladders or just be another eyes on the scene. Like I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have gone into like a real blaze, not for myself, but because God forbid I got hurt or burned. The powers that be would get in trouble, and they did me a real favor by helping me out, so I couldn't do that. Luckily, the fire was enough of one that I felt.
You felt the rush.
Felt the rush, got to do some work, got in there, got to do what I had to do. Little bit of danger, little bit. But not enough that I felt like somebody else was going to be on the hook.
And that's like hitting a home run on your last at bat at Yankee
incredible.
Stadium, right?
It was honestly one of the best days of my life. And the fire department, I don't really want to go into it, but the fire department did certain things for me to show their love and support for me. It was a real emotional day. It was a good day. They really took care of me, and I went out on the best possible note.
Did you cry?
I didn't. Not at the firehouse. When I got home, we went out for drinks afterwards, so I got a little emotional later on that night. But I held it together there, so it was good. It was a great day. Great day. Could have written anything better.
Did was anyone? I mean, there are people there now who weren't there when you were.
Yeah, but I know them because I've stayed in touch. I've been involved in the firehouse since I've been gone. And a lot of the old retired guys came. Like there was a revolving door of people that I've worked with over the years who are no longer in the house, who came just to hang out and like say goodbye, sort of celebrate with us. And then what's cool is because we went on runs, I got to see guys from surrounding firehouses that I normally wouldn't get to see. So I got to hang out with them a little bit on the scene of like car accidents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it was good. It was something, man. It was a good day.
Not one person like, don't get burned, Hollywood.
No. Everybody was very supportive. Nobody took the opportunity to be snarky or
What's that like?
Made me miss the fire department. No, it was.
You should see it here on the first day. It's madness. Everyone's just like snarky and fucking just like ready to like any little thing, or someone's ready to like jump down someone's throat. It's a different world.
Yeah.
Usually
it's like that in the firehouse, but this was something special. Troy got me a nice gift. He got me a nice something. 2 out of 3 Impractical Jokers wrote me very nice notes. I'll let you guess who they are.
You're supposed to get you a gift for this?
No, not at all. That's
know.
a thoughtful Troy.
Well, I got you that gift that I gave you for that other thing.
Yeah.
So let's just say that was for you. That's for your retirement too.
That was your Christmas and retirement gift.
Yes.
So it was great, man. It was really great. So that's why the beard shaved.
And you might go sans beard now. What does True have to say about that?
True, well, I'm growing it in now because we have a couple more days of shooting next week, and it's got to kind of match a little bit continuity-wise. Mm-hmm. But I have noticed instances of people recognizing me has shot down without the
good.
beard. So I'm fucking definitely shaving it.
Did you ever think about any kind of prosthetics?
I don't think I'm
out?
at that point.
Like a fake nose.
Like
No, I'm
like
not.
one of those, like a bigger nose, or maybe just blacking out one tooth.
Or just like pretend you're an Islamic fundamentalist woman and wear a burqa.
Yeah. I'm not at that point.
Islamic Rosie.
It's me, guys. Hey, your favorite character.
So, yeah, I may lose a beard for a while. There you go.
Yeah. And then people will start to recognize
And
you.
then I'll grow it back.
Yeah.
I wish I could have weeks like you have, man. It sounds like it's just like fucking one great day after another.
It's pretty good.
The O to BQ.
You don't want to have weeks like me?
No, or I mean, I went into your world just for a day and I was miserable.
Oh, I heard about this.
It's like Tales from the Dark Side, like that opening. Yeah, like you're the opening, and then I'm like that.
There
fucking,
is a bright side.
Yeah. It's like nothing fucking goes right. Nothing.
You guys had a big con this weekend. First one with Walt at.
Yeah, and I was like, we're going to make a fucking mint with Flanagan there.
Right. Gonna print money.
Right. Well, luckily it was only like 45 minutes up the parkway, so.
Turned out you printed stash gift certificates.
Yeah. And we were kind of, it seemed like every single person from Arrow was there, which evidently is a more popular show than we are, judging from their lines. And they gave us three handlers?
I think there was more than that.
There might have been four.
5.
Yeah, they could have
Handler each?
They could have given us 0. Yeah, with a handler on
There
standby.
was literally 2 girls or ladies. I don't want to say girls. 2 ladies who did not get up from their seats because they didn't have anything to do the whole entire time we were there.
Well, I think their
they
job
just
was just to
sat
sell
there.
those pictures.
They just sat there and stared off into space.
Yeah,
For 7 hours.
Like, why couldn't I have gotten the Arrow guy?
Oh yeah,
Arrow
you know that's
Mr.
like
Arrow.
the ultimate in like disappointment is like, you know, when you're pulling straws to get who's working the Arrow booth,
Right.
or the CBM booth.
Right. Yeah. It's like your sergeant being like, you got latrine duty, you know, versus like, hey, you can hang out with me and we'll drink whiskey or something. So we sat there for a good couple hours, and it's weird the way they set it up. It was almost like, I mean, like I said, we were away from everyone else, and there were curtains on both sides. So unless you happen to be walking by and peek in and
Head
care,
on, like, you know, you have to be head on to see who's in the
Oh,
booth.
yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah.
You're in a nook. Like a cloth
Well, no,
nook.
they've created all the nooks, so like you have to like walk, like, and you're so
Right.
deep back, you have to walk completely by it and be right in front of us to look deep in and see who
Ming
was
wasn't
there.
standing out front, like meet and
No,
greet?
Ming was doing the best he could. I mean, he was bouncing around like a lunatic, but it didn't matter though.
No matter how much he bounced, pulled his Tigger act.
We literally did a panel, I think, in front of like less than 20 people.
It was pretty funny
really?
because the one
That was your big hope.
the guy before. Well, we had the literally
last panel of the day.
The con closes at 5. Our panel's 4 to 5, so it's the last panel of the
You can
day.
hear people breaking down the tables as we're up there. It's pathetic.
It was pretty humiliating. And the guy before,
You guys done?
I think it was. I think it was Mr. Arrow himself. I don't know what the guy's name is, but
Stephen Amell? Something like that?
yeah, Stephen something. Yeah, his panel was before ours, and it was like, you know, rafters, like kids looking through holes in fucking wooden fences to see. And for us, it's like
Even and they're doing that, and there's no fences around either, and they're still they're outside the con doing that, trying to get a peek in.
yeah, nobody needed to get a peek at us. It was funny though. I mean, I thought it was a good panel.
I built up so much anxiety. Did you ever get one of these? I got like an anxiety pimple.
An anxiety pimple.
Yeah, that's what was told it's from, an anxiety. The night before.
The night before the con?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think that's why we didn't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah,
People
it
are like,
definitely was.
this fucking John Merrick Elephant Man looking motherfucker.
That's good for the first day of shooting of a TV show.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Makeup, buddy, makeup.
Yeah, it can only hold. It can't help the hopeless.
Where did the stress stem from, though? Like, was it being around a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the anxiety level of trying to make someone feel like it was worth paying any amount of money to have a picture, or someone to be like, "Hey, we drove 4 hours because you were here."
Right.
I mean, like that to me. That is like, well, what can I do to make that worth it to you?
So if you go to the first and second show of the Gramercy, we'll be taking pictures.
Oh, yes, the Gramercy. Next Friday.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yes.
It's about a third sold out, the second show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Walt and I were talking about it today.
Yeah.
The first show is mapped out.
Yeah.
And we're just mapping out the second one. I think it'll be fun. I think people should go.
I've secured us an opening act for both shows.
Really?
Yes. Both shows, the stand-up comedic stylings of Sal Vulcano.
Get out of here.
He said he'll do both shows. He'll open for us both shows.
That second show has to sell out now, man. You got a Sal Vulcano on stage
he's
doing stand-up?
He said he wants to. He even is excited about it because he's been trying to break into stand-up and stuff. Not break into, but he's been trying to hone stand-up. So he was really like, he'd like kind of into the opportunity of like just doing straight up like a set of stand-up before we go on. So I was like, dude, have I got the opportunity for you? So he's excited, and he said he'd do both shows. So if you ever want to see Sal do stand-up in an environment you've never seen before.
Now, will he be taking pictures afterwards? That's a question. See that guy?
I don't want to throw that on him. If he feels like it, yes, but I don't want to promise that because
yeah, he doesn't seem like that type.
We're already not paying him to do the stand-up, so
even getting a couple bucks. Salvo is like, thanks for the opportunity.
We'll call you, kid. Don't worry about it.
All right, so don't count on pictures from Sal, but yes.
He might. I'm not saying no. I just don't want to say yes on his behalf.
If my pimple is cleared up, I will take pictures.
Oh, you got it, man. Now you got it.
All right. If it hasn't cleared up, I'll just stand. I'll turn and keep the one side away from the camera.
Yeah, do profile.
There you go.
You know, or borrow Quinn's fucking Islam Rosie burqa. Yeah, it'll be fun. And I apologize to anyone. I didn't realize it. I saw somebody was like, $50, that's a lot. And I'm like, there's no fucking way we're charging $50.
It's the fees.
It's the fees, yeah. I went on and looked, and this is going to shock a lot of people, but we don't have the juice of, say, an Eddie Vedder or a Bono to be like, fuck you, Ticket. Is it Ticketmaster or?
I think it's Ticketmaster or Live Nation.
Right.
What happened the other show didn't have ticket fees?
They did?
It did.
Oh, Bell House?
Oh, Bell House didn't because they sold it in-house, the podcast festival.
Oh, okay.
We don't have... Honestly, I agree with you, Brian. If I had known that those fees would have been that high, I just didn't know. I would have probably searched alternate. Mm-hmm. And going forward, hopefully that won't be the case if we do any more shows after this. Hopefully
yeah, that's not cool. The fees should not approach half of the fucking face
couldn't
value.
Agree more, dude.
That's crazy.
I couldn't agree more. I don't know what to say.
That being said, from here on out, we'll search for alternatives, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't come to the second show.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we're going to do more shows after this? I don't know.
We're going to take the rest of the year off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look at it in 2017.
I don't know. I felt a lack of enthusiasm in general for it from our side and the audience side. So I was like, all right, so...
Oh, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, are you?
I love doing live shows, yeah.
I mean, I do them all the time. I like them too. But
lack of enthusiasm where? At the Bell House?
No, just the ticket sales were kind of sluggish for the Gramercy. And I did see complaints, whether they were right or not. I agree. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't that excitement that I had initially. So who knows? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know Walt doesn't like doing them.
Well, listen, if this is the last one, we're going to go out with a bang.
I agree. I'm not saying it is the last one, but I don't know.
G.G. Allen style.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to throw shit at the fucking audience.
Oh, no, I thought he ate it.
I'm going to overdose. You guys can eat shit. I draw the line. So, yeah, I think it's on your Twitter and my Twitter. Oh, somebody hipped me to this Twitter account, Q, that I know you'll like.
What do you got?
And people should kind of go and check it out. It's all in caps, Kids Dirty Jokes. And I guess it's like Vice I guess it's an online magazine or something, so I guess they host it. No?
It's a new television channel.
Oh, it's a television channel, yeah. Vice? And it's young kids telling these horrible, offensive jokes. It's pretty great. Yeah. It's fun. Normally I don't pimp anything at all, but I think you'll like it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cat's home. Cat came back yesterday.
Nice. Princess Mitch.
Yes, she's.
Do you have a final build tally?
She's doing well. No, not yet. I didn't look at it, but I did see going through the itemized things. Mm-hmm. There was a professional courtesy discount of $5,025.
Holy shit!
So if the professional discount is that much, the bill is.
You can only imagine what the bill is.
Right. If they're like, look, we can
knock $5,000 off.
Right.
Like, we kind of feel bad for him. He's such an idiot. He just keeps saying yes to whatever. But I had to deal with something that I didn't anticipate, and it's called non-recognition aggression in cats. Because, we have two cats. We have Princess Mitch and then we have Salem. Now, Princess Mitch came home. She was under the bed for a little bit and then came out, and she's rolling around and purring and happy. The other cat, Salem, has all these weird, it says it can occur when one cat is uncharacteristically aggressive towards a companion cat after a period of separation. For example, after one cat returns home from a veterinary visit. The cat that stayed home is aggressive towards a returning cat who may flee, freeze, hold still, or fight back. This type of aggression is not fully understood. Possible causes: the returning cat is unrecognizable and perceived as a threat. The returning cat is ill or behaving abnormally. The smell of alcohol and disinfectant on the returning cat reminds the aggressive cat of a negative experience. Or the returning cat may have discharged his or her anal sex. I don't think that fucking happened. I didn't smell it in any way. But yeah, so now I have to reestablish the relationship between these two cats.
Sounds fun.
It never ends.
How do you do that with like a little mouse on a fishing line and some catnip? I mean, how do you reestablish it?
Like slowly, let Salem go and see her, and then walk away, and then just a very slow.
Who told you this? Was this like a cat psychologist told you this?
No, I'm reading
that. Paid $15,000.
Yeah, we gave you a professional discount of $5. I'm like, cool.
Just throw them in a room, and whatever happens. They're cats.
The one cat has stitches and recovering from surgery.
All right, we'll keep that, or we'll keep him in a separate room from the other cat, and then when he's all completely healed, then let him get back in together, and all his hair's grown back. I mean, he probably looks like a Martian cat.
Yeah, she looks really weird. Like where her IV is shaved down, so she looks like one of those fancy dogs that has like puffballs and shit. Like her whole side is shaved with it. Plus, she's wearing a t-shirt, so she doesn't get out her stitches. But she's like happy as can be to be back, and the other cat's like and almost tried to bite me.
Oh yeah,
because I was like sort of like, hey, Princess Mitch is back, and she's like, meow. It's like, fucking what the fuck, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, you pay all that money. You just want your cats to wander off into the sunset.
Hold pause.
Yeah.
At least sleep on opposite ends of the couch without fucking fighting and shit.
Well, look, you got to count your blessings. Like, at least Salem's not spraying to.
Didn't you fix those cats? They can't.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't matter if they're fixed; they can still spray.
Oh
spray
really?
Out of what?
They sprayed. It's like they piss urine and this mixture of stuff. They spray. My cats are fixed, and I had them. There was a spraying incident once.
Are you sure you got them properly fixed?
Yeah. What happens is because the window's open and there was feral cats living in my shed for a while, and they were just fucking freaking each other out. So one of my cats sprayed.
I thought that
smells like piss, right?
It's like really pungent piss. It sucks.
No.
I would have thought that would fix that.
No. I wish.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. Nah, he hasn't sprayed, thankfully.
Yeah, see?
But I'm sure next week I'll be like, so, guess you got a face full of cat piss.
Keep on the sunny side, bro. Always on the sunny side.
God, I'm trying. And this guy wonders why I'm snarky.
Oh, you know what? I didn't think it was. You know what? I did not think it was you who was snarky.
Oh, really?
No.
I was at
Not
my
at all.
normal level of snarkiness.
Yeah, there's no. I did not mean to implement or
Insinuate
it was you. No.
Intimate.
Or paint you with a snarky paintbrush.
You're like, he's keeping on the sunny side. Look at him.
I wouldn't go that far.
So what we got some ads, you say?
Yes, we got. We wanted to bring in an expert to pimp the newest Tell 'em Steve Dave product.
Ooh.
An expert on Zippos, because that's right, people.
Holy shit.
Tell 'em Steve Dave has a new Zippo design.
Oh.
I'm wrong. Tell 'em Steve Dave has two.
What?
Really?
Oh.
Oh, this snuck up on me. Are they ready?
They're up. They're ready to order right now.
Get out of here. Oh, that's
Not
fucking...
really cute when this
Oh.
drops.
All right. Are we getting some? Are we getting some sent
You
here?
just got to tell me how many you want, and I'll put in and have them sent to you personally.
2 of each, I guess, would be fine, right?
Now, what are these good for? Get them. We don't smoke. Would you suggest arson?
Yeah.
There's lots of things you use. Zippos,
Make it
lighters
clear that
for.
we're not advocating smoking.
No, okay.
Unless you're lighting a
besides
joint.
smoking.
Right.
Unless you're already doing it anyway, right?
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, but we're not trying to drive
If
people
you're
to
going to
smoking.
light a cigarette anyway, why not it be lit
Right.
with the Tell 'em Steve Dave lighter?
We're here for you, man.
And a Zippo lighter at that.
But for everybody else, they might be like, what do I need with a lighter?
Yeah.
Well, I just lost power the other night. What do you think I used to find my flashlight? Pulled out my Zippo, lit it, was able to find my way to the kitchen, open up the junk drawer.
Right.
And while he lost power, you know how he spent the night entertaining himself?
Cleaning out his holiday closet?
Texting me. Texted all night the other night, talking about.
I'm very
weird
uncomfortable.
shit.
I'm very uncomfortable with this relationship.
We're going to start like a log on, and we're going to do some investigations on shit.
I guarantee, like, if you just save those texts, we can print them and sell them.
We're talking about people with no brains that, I mean, literally, they don't have a brain.
Oh, they just have, like, the brain stem?
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
just
I've heard
do
of that.
stuff. Yeah, and people with no faces.
Get them like, no shit.
I got a job at the stash.
But is it back to Zippos?
Yes.
What are some of the uses that I think they look great because one of them, of course, is the 4-color Demons logo,
That's great.
and the other is the Tell 'em Steve Dave Army ant.
Could you imagine being at a concert and just fucking flipping that lighter up and getting that out? Every other
Concert?
chump.
How was your concert the other night?
Every chump. Oh, I didn't want to bring this up because I know I'm going to get made fun of, but I went to go see Noel Gallagher, who was one of the guys from Oasis, which I knew was going to bring.
You're going to talk about Dolly Parton.
Dolly
Do you ever
Parton.
see anything manly?
I don't think Oasis is not manly.
Maroon
Why
5?
is Dolly Parton not manly?
I mean, come on.
I couldn't
You would
disagree
not-
with you more.
I would not.
I'm going to see
sit there and
Wu
go,
Tang and.
When a dude's
In
working
October,
out,
yeah.
pumping iron,
Yeah.
is Dolly Parton one of the fucking go-to tunes?
Or fucking Oasis bullshit.
I'm gonna have to admit, no, probably not.
Right, when you're driving down the highway and you want to fucking rip it out, just like
There, I disagree with you. I throw on some Dolly.
what to go fast in the fast lane?
Fuck yeah, man! 9 to 5. I'll start pumping that.
God.
It's like I'm going 5 miles over the speed limit.
So when
Trucking.
did you flick a bic at any of these concerts?
No, I didn't. You would be surprised at how I'm not that guy anyway to do that. To lift up the thing and do
Yeah,
it.
people do cell phones now, right?
But if you said you were though, we might sell an extra Zippo.
You know what? So impressed.
the
with
only
Dolly
reason
with
I
my
haven't
lighter.
been, I couldn't find the right lighter. But
Yeah.
now, if you go to merch table,
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I love my lighters. I have a lot of lighters. I do.
You don't smoke though, right?
I don't smoke, but I do have
So
a
what
lot
do
of
you use
lighters.
your lighters for?
I'm a candle guy.
you know, when my
I
power
like
goes
candles.
out of
That's
nowhere.
aromatherapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have I like candles.
What was that about therapy?
Aromatherapy. It's got the aromatherapy
Oh,
candles.
okay.
Yeah. I don't.
Soothing.
But I do have a mister that's aromatherapy. But the point is, I do light candles.
Mister who?
You're barbecuing. You gotta put out the citronella torches. What are you lighting them with?
I light them with what I light my My barbecue with that long thing.
We're trying to sell fucking lighters here, buddy.
Oh, I'm going to put an army in on a
Nice.
one of those long barbecue lighters.
Put it right next to the koozies.
That would be amazing.
But it's back to you're a Zippo aficionado.
I would say so.
You
Yes.
saw the images of the Zippos.
Amazing.
I saw your Adam's apple quiver.
It did.
So that means I must have hit your Zippo spot.
Oh, you
when
did.
walked.
Yes.
Your Z spot.
It hit my Z spot.
Do you want one of those Zippos?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would have to. It has to go in my collection.
We'll go to merchtable.com.
It's going in my collection right next to the nail Zippo.
I'm gonna get
Nice.
you. I'm gonna get you because you're my friend.
Because I love you.
And
I understand your electricity goes out.
I'm gonna get you an army ant, and I'm gonna get you 4-color demons comp Zippos. For
Oh,
you.
thank you.
That's
thank
cool.
you.
Zippos are cool, man. This is gonna people are gonna be excited by
Tie
this.
in, right? There's no higher quality lighter on the market, is there?
There might be, but it has nothing like the lifetime guarantee that Zippo lighters have. If it breaks, they fix it for free.
What I was going to say, what about that Tesla coil one you and Justin were looking at?
Oh, I have one of those. Yeah,
you get
that's
it?
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I had one already. I bought it last year. It's a plasma lighter.
Okay.
It does. It
Yeah.
superheats the air, and it just the air like catches
It's like he's
fire.
saying Brontosaurus is exceptional.
You can tell he did not care. He was like, it's not a Zippo. It don't mean
Which
shit
was
to
what
me.
we're selling.
That's fine.
You're just going over my head. Do you see that blank expression on my face? I can't wait to talk to Walt about something freaky.
Yeah.
It can't light my way in the dark. It ain't worth it. With your
question
Star
about-
Wars lightsaber lighter.
Do Zippos come with flints in them, or are
Yes.
people going to have to buy them?
Nope, they come with
So they
flints.
come with flints.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. We demanded it.
They are $29.99 each.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
How
right.
much
about
does Zippo usually retail for?
About that, $24, $25.
But I've seen them way more
Oh,
expensive.
way
than
more
that.
expensive, yeah, depending on the
Right.
design, the make of the lighter, what kind of materials. They have solid sterling, solid gold.
And these
How
are
much you have to pay per unit?
kind of a trial run. If they don't light the world on fire,
Nice.
Yeah.
But if anything
they
could,
may
it'd be a
be
Zippo
retired.
lighter.
What's that?
I said if anything could light the world on fire, it's a Zippo lighter.
Oh, man. He's a spokesman right here, man.
Oh, this guy's good.
I told you.
I'm learning from the best.
Yeah.
God damn, man. He's already fucking jizzed like 5 times. Like, relax.
So where do you get them? TellMeSueDave.com?
Yep.
Yeah, if you go to tellmesyoudave.com, it'll redirect you.
You're gonna tweet it, right, guys?
Yeah, I can't
You
fucking
get 'em,
wait to
we'll
get
retweet
mine.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Well, I
Tweet it
can't
too?
tweet it
Yes.
now, right? Because
They're not. They'll be up tomorrow.
they'll be
or
up tomorrow.
Thursday.
Okay.
That might be my next Get 'em spotlight.
We have anything else?
Fucking Oasis?
That's it?
What's a big Oasis song?
They do Wonderwall.
Like one of the gayest songs of all time. And not even like in a homosexual way, just in a like, how you should be embarrassed to listen to it. Why?
I don't feel that way.
Quinn and I went to a hotel. Probably
This is what I was thinking of while I was
15
watching
years
the show.
ago now.
I was thinking about this story.
And the guy who parked the car stole some CDs and he left the Oasis one behind.
No, that's not what happened.
Was the lead singer for Oasis? Was he married to Gwyneth Paltrow?
No, that's Coldplay.
You hated Coldplay, right?
I don't like Coldplay. Yeah.
I like one song from Coldplay a lot.
What song?
God Put a Smile on Your Face.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't know it.
Because I love God.
I was going to say, you're just trying to get that extra in there. Like,
Sing. God is great.
Allah Akbar.
praise the Lord.
Allah Akbar, my friend.
To each his own. If that's what you believe in, and
Assalamu
respect.
Yeah, I agree.
I respect all religions,
Yeah. I mean,
even the ones that are wrong.
and you can tell Quinn's serious because he just drew a great picture of the Prophet Muhammad.
It's right here on the table at the stash if anybody wants to come and take a look and take issue with it.
What else do we got here? Little Women, Q. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay.
Isn't this one like a famous novel, Little Women?
It is, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
The Winona Ryder movie?
No. I'm talking about Little Women, the show that is basically like Real Housewives except with dwarves.
Oh, no, I have not. I didn't even know this existed.
It is a spectacle. It is fucking unbelievable, man. And I think it has, okay, I'm looking at this. It's Little Women L.A. that has 5 seasons so far. How this wasn't on our radar yet is unbelievable. But I watched. There were it was on demand. There were 2 episodes, or not on demand. I think it's on Lifetime. 2 episodes in a row, and I was sitting there, and I became just entranced by. You would think the dwarf world is 100% nothing but drama. I'm telling you, these dwarves argued for 51 straight minutes each episode.
But to be fair, though, I mean, I said it today. Not only is the dwarf world full of drama, but even normal-sized humans, I feel the world has just become full of drama.
A quick caveat of normal-sized humans. I thought I was going to have to cut that in later. Come on, they're human beings. That's what we do, it seems. So all we do is bring drama. You don't see any drama on the Jokers. You don't really see any drama on our show.
Come on.
No, I'm talking behind the scenes. I'm talking about on camera. This.
Yeah, but they're not a reality-based show. It's almost like not reality-based where they're seeing their day-to-day lives. That's not the kind of show that they're doing.
We're selling giggles, bro. We're selling laugh-em-ups and smiles.
Giggle salesman.
The drama should be at 0 on
drama
on his show.
Right.
But how else? But as a nation, we should be ashamed of ourselves that we're still titillated by shows with dwarfs, because that's the only reason why. This is the only reason why this show came to your attention. It's not because we've seen shows with rich, pretty women that just bring the drama, right? Wouldn't get on your radar. But the very fact that it's rich, pretty women who are midgets.
They're not even rich.
But yet
and they're not that pretty.
They backbite, they argue, and then all of a sudden, it's you watch episodes of it.
It's the 2 episodes I saw. I couldn't really watch anymore. Was one of them is having a baby, right? With her boyfriend, he's not a dwarf, he's of average size. And,
really?
Yeah. And the big problem is he wants to be a musician. I guess he's in his 30s. What's that?
Yeah, the big problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm no pun intended, but.
Is the cast of Little Women.
Is that the one is that the LA one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the LA ones, I guess, are going to be hotter than,
they look like models to me.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, some pretty guys.
We look like models when they airbrush the shit out of us, too.
Whoa. That's snarky.
That's right. I want to get my snark.
I've seen a little snark coming through.
I feel like I dropped the ball on snarkiness today, if you didn't notice. And I guess he's a aspiring rapper, musician, whatever he wants to be, and he won't get a job, even though he has a kid now. And the mom, the little mom, smokes. So it's
while she's pregnant.
Yeah, it's like you want your kid to be even shorter. It's nonstop unsolicited comments about how she should drop the boyfriend, how he needs to get a job, how there's one lady who she's roommates with another one and brings home different guys all the time, and the one lady's like, I don't really appreciate it. You bringing all these strange guys home. And the other lady's like, I won't be slut shamed by you. That's not right. And blah, 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 and all this other shit. And they're going back and forth. And then the lady who's bringing the guys home is like, well, you called me a slut. And the other lady's like, no, I didn't. She was like, you said I slut shamed you. I never at any point called you a slut. It's fucked up how much energy they put into arguing about absolutely everything. And it's no more interesting than, like we've said in the past, is it more interesting to watch a dwarf do something than...
apparently it is.
No, man.
Apparently
it's not.
It definitely is. So how many shows are there based on little people now? A lot.
I mean, that blonde one's kind of hot.
Oh, yeah. I was also wondering, some are very short and then some are tall enough that you're like...
she's hot, man.
She wasn't on that. She wasn't on the one that I watched.
Oh, okay.
there's a term that about with black people. It's like if you're black but you act white or you're mixed race or whatever, they call you blackish. I just learned this recently. Mm-hmm. So if you're a dwarf but you're like noticeably taller than the other dwarves, but you still qualify, do you think that's a thing? Like you're dwarfish? You're not a real dwarf because you're not like boom
caught between
3'6".
two worlds.
Yeah, dwarf and normie.
That's sad.
That's what they said on the show.
Not enough to be a dwarf, not tall enough to be normal.
Yeah,
we got to stop saying normal.
Normal size. That's the show right there. That should be the show. Not fabricate, or like injecting false drama that doesn't really exist.
Mm-hmm. It seemed this drama did exist. It's just they wouldn't stop talking about it. Like it was literally the same argument for over an hour and a half.
Has Tell 'em Steve Dave become a little heavy on the short topics though? Like, you've been really bringing a lot of animosity towards short people.
What are you talking about? I protected the short people.
When? You were you savaged him.
That was only because Quinn said something first,
and I was him over to coals.
Well, I said something like years ago.
Yeah, but I was defending him.
And not even about him. I didn't even say anything about him. I said
no. That grotesquely short wasn't years ago. That was within the past couple months.
Yeah, that was a relative.
But it wasn't about Jay
comment.
Sarge. That was taken and applied to Jay Sarge by you guys.
No, by Jay Sarge. Jay Sarge. Remember, he said.
I can't help it if he's a self-loathing fucking freak. I don't know what to tell you.
He's like, I'm dwarfish. No, I have nothing against short people at all, or dwarves, or midgets, or whatever, little people. I got tons against fucking, again, pun intended, against those fucking fat fucks on my 600-pound life. Oh my God, man, just fucking stop frying chicken on a portable fryer in bed, and then maybe you can lose a couple pounds. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's out there.
Like there was a lady she was in like Walmart or some store, and she was on like one of those rascal type things, the carts.
Yeah, of course.
And I guess somebody said, or at least they said that somebody said to her, like, you're going to have to invest in a bigger one pretty soon. And the husband, who of course is like thin as a pin, is like, people are just ignorant. They don't, they're just ignorant.
Are they?
It's like, no, I mean, they're rude. Personally, I wouldn't say that.
Right.
I would probably think like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's not ignorant. To be that heavy is fucking crazy, man.
It is, but you can't say it anymore. You can't say anything anymore, bro.
Oh, I learned that, motherfucker.
Really? What happened?
Oh, my God, dude. Speaking of ignorant, speaking of snarky.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I was, I guess the love affair that the listeners had with me is officially over. Because the emails I received last week,
hateful,
really?
Yeah.
But why? You didn't say anything like.
Oh, I threw out some theories. Now, all the time
on an overkill. Where it's supposed to be a safe space
to say to just throw theories out there. And I never claimed that the theories were 100% accurate, but I just want to throw stuff out there to get everybody thinking.
Wait, who's looking good then? If you're the bad guy.
No, both you guys were definitely like
really,
yeah.
Oh,
it was all directed at me.
I haven't looked good in a while.
Some of the things that were bandied about were embarrassed to be a listener, ashamed to be a listener, and I will not listen anymore based upon my theories that maybe that man did not have the technology to create an accurate globe.
His views on cartography were called into question.
We finally found the fucking topic. Cartography.
I mean,
could you read the email? Who's this fucking puzzle?
There's a legion.
There was plenty of
Go
them.
back to school.
Not cartography.
What's your address? I'll send you a science book. What a lame basting.
Oh, wow.
And all I've ever heard from the listeners was like, we want you guys to say what you're really thinking. Don't be afraid to speak.
Right.
Well, what makes you think now that I'll ever talk again? I'll ever let my guard down and say things that maybe
might be stupid or uninformed.
Obviously wrong.
If you think that that everybody who's ever pondered something couldn't be right the first time they pondered it, right?
No, of course not. I think their point might have been that cartography has been pondered quite
I was
a bit.
trying to get you guys to come around to it. It was your guys' fault. You never actually did find the fucking finish line. But, like, why the fuck do we just swallow whatever the science world tells us? We have no idea what they're telling us is true or not. We're just like, oh, smart guy said it. It's got to be true. Right.
Sure.
Nobody has the ability to investigate what they say. The sun's 93 million miles away.
Right.
Okay, it is. Because these people said it was. How do we really know? We don't know. I mean,
don't know.
Right?
Right.
Nobody knows. They have theories that it is.
Well, no, I mean, I think they have ways.
So you got to double down on this. I see.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. It wasn't just
Exactly. 93 million miles exactly. Yeah, bullshit.
The denial.
No way. It's not. It's exactly 93 million miles.
It wasn't just the denial of maps.
He's fucking with everybody at this point.
It was when he took it to the next level with the creationism.
What was that? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, creationism?
Like God and stuff, you know.
Oh, because
like,
if I hear from God, people attacked me for believing in God.
Right.
If I said I believed in Allah, nobody would be attacking me.
No.
Right?
You're right about that.
But I can't say I believe in Jesus.
So wait, are you saying you don't believe in Allah? Because then you'll get attacked.
You know what I was going to bring after? I was feeling like I had, like, after leaving there that night, last time we did the Tell 'em Steve Dave, I was feeling like I was going to definitely open eyes, maybe have some really good conversations. Never dreaming that I would get some of the reaction I did. This week I had a whole thing where I actually had done some research and was going to bring to you guys one of the biggest lies in history.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm a born cynic, a born skeptic, so I want to hear this.
And that's why I was hoping, because I consider Gidim to be the smartest man in any room when he's in it.
Right, yeah.
That's why I wanted him to stick around, but I don't know if I want to tell it, though.
So I should have set up a mic
because I'll just
for
be
him?
attacked again. You should see it, Q. People are talking about your beard on Twitter and how much of an idiot I am.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's it. You just type in TSD, that's all it is.
Really?
Q's
on
still
Twitter?
hot, and Walt's still an ignoramus.
All right. Well, so what's the problem?
So I'm afraid to go out on a limb by myself and say something which may anger more people, though.
You got to do it.
I can't.
Nobody came out in support of you?
I didn't.
Come on.
Nobody came. Yes, I saw one person email me and say, "You're doing what needs to be done." Everybody just swallows what the science world gives us because we don't have the ability, the means, or the time to actually do the research.
Right.
So we just take it for granted. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? You got to be laughing about something.
We're too busy for science.
Yeah, but
are we supposed to check all this shit out?
You're trying to wake up the sheeple and people are attacking you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but
aren't your arguments just about religion the exact opposite, though?
What do you mean?
Because nothing at all can be proven about religion,
and you can't disprove it either.
But millions of people believe religion, and you don't have a problem with that.
Of course not.
But you do have a problem with cartography.
No, I had a problem with. I didn't believe that somebody could do an accurate globe back before. I don't know when the globe was first introduced, but it's pretty close to what it actually was. I was just saying, what if?
Explain that.
Yeah, I could. What if somebody who was already above us brought down and gave us the information what it looked like from above?
But I think that's where you lose people because that sounds like insane talk.
Chariots of the gods, motherfucker.
Right. That doesn't sound like normal talk.
Why is that not normal talk? I've seen instances of pictures of it in
of
temples.
God handing a globe to someone.
No, there's UFOs in ancient
gotta be
scriptures.
he's fucking with me at this
No, I'm
point,
not.
right?
He's trying to win people back by being so crazy that they're like, all right, we can't hold it against
He's
him.
eating lead paint chip.
Get him. The smartest man in the room, please speak.
Looks like fiery.
He's using
wheels.
a fucking hand-me-down iPod. He's not the fucking
So what?
smartest guy in the room.
Einstein had a fucking stick, and a stick and a piece of paper, and he came up with the hydrogen bomb.
Pencil?
A stick that people write with.
No, it wasn't.
Also had computers.
But you don't need. But
Einstein didn't have computers.
he didn't have computers
You tell me Einstein didn't have a computer?
when he was a child and came. When it was all his brilliance was first
No,
bubbling.
when he came up with the atom bomb, he didn't have a computer.
No.
You're saying he didn't have a computer? Get him?
A computer that we know it as, no.
Well, the fucking course we didn't have computers we know it of.
What kind of computer was he using?
All right, let's get to the bottom of this right now.
I mean, if you're telling us that the space shuttles had as much power as a modern-day calculator or a watch, that's the computers that were running the space shuttle. And that was in the... What do you
Well,
think
I'm not
Einstein
saying
had
that. I
earlier than
didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Well, I'm just
didn't say
saying
that.
that's the kind of computers we had in the space shuttle. I mean, not the space shuttle, the
Right. Okay,
rockets.
so you're saying Einstein did not have any access to a computer at all?
not in the way, I mean, maybe something like a calculator he had, but not in the way of...
Well, that's a computer.
Is that really what passes for a computer?
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, in the fucking 40s, sure.
A calculator like what? Like one of the ones that like you punch
No,
in the
you just had a
numbers?
pencil. I'm saying that's not the case. He didn't have to work out every...
You don't think he just did it on paper?
Well, they had to.
Big,
I
huge
mean,
blackboards.
think about the launching of like those bombs, the testing of those bombs, like all the physics that are involved had to be written out and had to be figured by machine, right? I mean, certainly not anything we know.
No, because they theorized when they lit off the first atomic bomb that they were going to set the atmosphere on fire. It was like a 50-50 chance they were going to ignite the atmosphere.
It didn't have a fucking wick.
Well, look, I gotta be honest. I'm seeing right away. I'm seeing conflicting things on that. He might have had a computer that helped him with numbers. It was the size of a fucking house, that sort of stuff. Other people are saying no. I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying
that
I don't want to get painted into a corner with that answer.
So you're saying you believe a guy with a pencil and paper more than people today, like say Stephen Hawking or people that have computers to like. I mean, that's how they send these measure distances to planets and other constellations, all this other shit.
They put all the numbers into a computer.
They put numbers. Well, they put
How accurate,
measurements.
and how accurate is it?
I'll bet you it's pretty fucking accurate.
You think it's 93 million miles to the sun exactly?
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, at any given time, the Earth is closer or farther away, so you would have to take that into account, I suppose.
But don't you realize, though, that we're always coming up, things are always constantly changing. What we thought was gospel in the science world changes daily.
Such as?
Well, we thought that, I mean, there's a many number of things that change, like what we thought the, come up on one, get them.
You're smarter than me.
I mean,
we thought back in the day, we thought bad smells caused sickness, and then we eventually learned about bacteria and that kind of
No,
stuff.
I'm talking about today, stuff that we may have believed even 10 years ago. We when new information comes about, and we're like, oh, you know what, we were wrong about that. We thought margarine was good for you. It's not. Better than butter. We thought that Splenda was better for you.
Well, we didn't have computers to tell us about margarine and butter. So of course, everyone was hoodwinked.
Is that a good enough?
Well,
example?
I think that's not science. You're adding marketing and corporate agenda into it. That's
so
not
there's
pure
no
science. No. I think what you're looking for is like a clear scientific example of that, which I'm sure exists, and I'll give it to you without a clear example. I'm sure it exists.
I'm gonna go.
Pluto used to be a planet. Suddenly
go.
not a planet.
There's an example of it's constantly
Yeah, absolutely.
Evolving?
Yeah,
evolving and
But
changing.
how could you take such a positive stance on religion and such a weird stance on science? I don't understand.
What's my weird stance, though? I don't understand why it's weird to be like, you know what, I'm not just going
You just
to...
had aliens handed a globe to
Do you
people.
believe everything the government tells us is true?
No, not at all.
So why do you believe that everything that NASA says is true or anybody who has an agenda is true?
I don't think you do, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever made that claim.
But at least, like, most of the stuff with science is quantifiable while religion is not. And you're right, you can't prove that God doesn't exist. But just like court, isn't the burden of proof on the religious person? Like, what the fuck is Jesus waiting for? If he's coming back, what exactly is he waiting for?
Why did miracles suddenly just stop?
Why did plagues suddenly stop?
Right. Why did God intervention with mankind, the burning bushes, all that stuff? Why did it just stop?
Who says it stopped? Who says that instead of the form of a burning bush, it takes the form of something that pops up in front of you? The answer pops up in front of you in the lab.
It's too soon to get a raise, bro.
No, it's not. It never is.
I'm sorry. But,
I love having Gideon be. He's basically like.
You're amassing quite an army behind you.
He's shutting us down.
I don't think you realize. I don't think you realize the power of Gideon. I mean,
I do.
His star is brighter than it's ever been.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that's gonna change.
How? How's it gonna change?
Because he used to pop up once a month. You think the fucking love affair is gonna continue when he's in here week after week?
I'll tell
He's doing fucking Instagram selfies from the stash every day. He's doing lame jokes on fucking Twitter every day. You think with that amount of exposure, people are gonna fucking love him?
No, I'll tell you what. The reason they're not gonna love him and why I'm gonna love him even more. He's siding with me on this, and that's gonna piss everybody off who fucking sent me all the nasty emails and all the fucking horrible, horrific. They even equated what I said to being to being a Trump supporter. Can you imagine that?
Well, what's wrong with being a Trump supporter? 50% of the country is a Trump supporter.
I'm not saying that.
Why is that an insult?
I'm not. That's how
the Hillary love affair is over.
No, I'm still all Hillary 100%. I just have a big problem with people being like, "You're voting for Trump. You're a racist. You're a misogynist." Yeah. Like I don't agree.
You're
with that.
so stupid. There's no reason. I'm sure that's why you and your country are going to put Trump in the White House. That's what somebody wrote to me.
Well, Trump, so this wasn't an American, so they don't matter.
Well, one Trump is going in the White House. There's nothing we can do about that. But I'll be voting Hillary. And I encourage everybody else to get out.
You think Trump is going to win?
No, I think he'll win. He's at 48% now with all the people who are too afraid
to admit that
publicly admit their truth. Plus, then you have the people who are just like, "Oh, fuck these fucking judgmental pussies on the fucking left." The liberals who were like, "You're like, Trump might have an idea or two," and then they just like fucking, "You're a racist. You're a misogynist." Those people are like, "All right, I'll be quiet." And then they're going to come out in fucking droves, and they're going to vote for Trump. I don't like it. I'm Hillary all the way. I've done my research. But I feel almost positive Trump's going to win.
He's done some research. He's transferred some emails into private servers.
Even if it's the death throes of the angry old ruling guard of the United States, he'll win. And I don't think it's that, but he'll win. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
so you're standing by your position from last.
No, I'm just. They're just theories, and if you can't throw out a theory on overkill, where can I throw it out? And I was going to come today. Like I said, I was going to tell you guys that dinosaurs didn't exist, but.
But no,
Oh, serious! I got some stuff here that makes you wonder. Like,
okay, so let's have a mini overkill.
But wait,
because I want to hear it.
I want to give some proof to what Walt is saying, that a lot of these scientists do just want ink. You read the science trades. People are like, oh, I got this brand new battery technology that'll charge a car in 1 minute, and it'll be market ready in 5 years. 10 years down the road, you hear nothing. They just want to get their name in the ink.
Fucking Hawking. I'll be as famous as a Kardashian.
I need
NASA.
ink.
Oh, you don't think there's a little bit of vanity and a little bit of what's it called when you're trying to edge out another person? What's that called in the scientific community? To try to trump somebody else, so to speak?
Now you better be careful.
I heard some about him. I heard he changed his. I haven't looked into it myself, but somebody told me that he changed his position on black holes. Something about the event horizon. Who the fuck told me this?
Man, it's all out there, man. I mean, and that's why he had to change it.
Why?
Because it's always we're
He got hate emails and tweets.
No, because it's constantly evolving. We don't know. No one really knows.
Right. So then why is what I find curious about you, my friend, is why are you so rigid on religion then? If that's how you are about science.
No.
Right.
And so far, it stood the test of time.
But I like the idea.
In what way?
In what way has it taken?
I mean, Christianity's been around for 2,000 years. The most recent map, a lot less than that.
Oh my God, this guy's fucking fucking good.
Wait, no, he said it made sense. What are you talking
What are you
about?
talking? That religion's been around longer than the map.
Yeah.
Which map?
They used to
The modern globe.
And the churches, what used to be a sin in the church is not a sin anymore.
Well, you know what though? I do not.
Everybody's going crazy about the Muslims right now. The fucking Christianity was in. The Muslims will never reach the heights of insanity that the fucking Spanish Inquisition did. In a billion years, the Muslims will never be that bad. So it's like, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's man-made religion, though.
So what's not man-made?
I like the idea. This is what I'm talking about. I like the idea that when we die, it's not over.
Well, of course, everybody likes that idea.
All right, so why am I? I can't say it without being attacked for it.
I mean, aren't most people religious or no?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not saying I like the idea of like.
Yeah, but this fucking fool is saying maps. And I've been around either, but maps have been around a long time, and they've changed as the years go by. So is religion. So his point makes no sense.
But he's saying that like it's been there.
So is maps.
And it evolves just like science evolves religion, right?
Yeah, but
good and bad.
But then your argument about how you can't take science seriously could then just
I didn't say you can't take it seriously, but you can't just swallow it and just be like, and that's okay. That's it. It's gospel.
I don't understand why your soapbox is the distance to the sun, though. There's so many other things.
That's just an instance of like, it's probably not 93 million miles exactly.
Right, but I think they say that because it's easy for people to remember, kids to remember in school, rather than like 93,279,000. Like I said,
it's just an example. It's just I'm not using it as like that's the be all end all thing. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying that even that it's wrong. I'm just saying that like I'm not sure that I should believe every single thing that I hear from some fucking nerd in a bow tie.
Bill Nye.
I don't know why that's so like preposterous, though.
I don't think that is preposterous.
But I don't think that wasn't really your point last week. I think your point was that fuck maps before we had satellites to say what.
I think there's something weird though, and I believe that there may have been somebody who gave us those maps,
but
who were able to see it from above. And give us that kind of accurate kind of readings.
Well, that wasn't.
I mean, I will
say that was not a very clear thesis last week.
I was trying to get you guys to get there, and then we went off on tangents, and we never got back to it.
All right. So maybe everybody judged you a little harshly.
I mean, you have things like the Nazca lines, those intricate drawings that can only be seen from high above. Like the ones of like the hummingbirds.
I don't know what that is.
You can look them up. The Nazca lines, I believe.
Okay, so now when you're talking about surveying, right? So basic surveillance has occurred since humans first built large structures. The prehistoric monument at Stonehenge, 2500 BC, was set out by prehistoric surveyors using peg and rope geometry. So really the way they made these maps it was by math, like using mathematical equations, same as Einstein and his stick. So they didn't need to look down at the Earth.
So you think that on every possible point on Earth, there was this science was available. I mean, we at that point, most of the world wasn't people. You know, civilized man hadn't stepped foot on a lot of these countries.
Well, it says here, early world maps.
It was a much bigger world than it is now.
The oldest examples are.
I don't mean that literally.
6th and 5th
Don't
centuries.
fucking email me and say that I think the world is shrinking, cocksuckers. That's not what I mean.
It could be, right? But don't say it isn't. But, they were also basing, some of those early maps are basing it on a flat Earth rather than, please don't go off on flat Earth, rather than, the globe.
Do you believe that? Do you? When I say chariots of the gods, do you believe that's not? It didn't happen. It's impossible. Not a chance that happened.
What is chariots of the gods?
That prehistoric man or primitive man was visited by aliens, and an advanced race came down. There's absolutely pictures and paintings with UFOs that date back to, the 16th century, 15th century.
Did they happen to catch pictures on their fucking iPods that they were buried with? Like we've seen on Overkill before?
I'm telling the truth, right, Get 'em?
What?
About the paintings? There's
Yes.
And the...
Yes, sir!
and the sculptures?
Yes. There's the ancient Greek one where it appears to be typing on a laptop computer.
Yes.
Again, a lot of the old, it looks like a flaming wagon wheel or a chariot wheel coming through the sky.
So Einstein didn't have a computer, but the ancient Greeks did?
Yes. The technology got lost.
At least we know where the hate's going to be directed this week. At Get 'em Steve Dave on Twitter.
Why do you got to hate for him just because he doesn't believe the same things you do? It's just as
look how intricate these lines
and obnoxious to hate somebody just because they believe something different than you.
What is that?
It's a Nazca line.
I'm looking at.
That's a Nazca line taken from a plane.
But where is it?
It's I forget exactly where they are.
You just show me a picture of an ant. I get it. I love it.
It's a spider.
I mean, this is...
And these are ancient.
This Chariots of the Gods, this theory was only put forth in 1968. Involves the hypothesis the technologies and religions of many ancient civilizations were given to them by ancient astronauts who were welcomed as gods. I mean, they thought anybody was... I mean, look, you fucking watch Apocalypse Now, and they thought Kurtz was a god. Like... What they considered gods and what people were afraid of, again, has, with religion, has evolved. Like, people fucking dismiss Greek mythology, Greek gods, as like, oh, what a bunch of fucking dummies, And as time goes on, people think that now that they're so sophisticated...
Oh, yes, they do.
And they're not. They're really not. No more so. Like, you can't tell me that somebody who's going to, just because it's older, is going to be like, well, the Christian God is the one God, or the prophet Muhammad is the one prophet, or whoever the fuck is the Scientology God is the Scientology. To me, it all sounds just as silly and just as superstitious, but I don't know. I mean, it just seems strange to me that the idea, at least of in Christianity, that it's like, okay, if you fuck up enough, you do these things, the loving God is going to send you to an eternity, which you can't even fucking conceive of torment. And if you're good, and you kiss God's ass and you give him some money, then you get to go to heaven, and it's just going to be great.
Don't forget to obey the people that he puts in charge.
Right.
Well, that was put in by man, though.
But they claim that was from...
Of course, they have to. They got to do that, or else nobody would follow the rule. And I'm not saying I believe in any one specific religion. I'm saying that I want the idea of when we leave this plane, there's another plane that I'm going to be on where it's even better.
When we get into
better than this?
Better.
When we get to that, my only thought on it is like, it's fucking certainly possible. There's no way I'll ever come up with the fucking right answer. I don't even have a fucking tenth of the information.
You want Mayberry in the sky.
No, I want it to be totally different. I want it to be a different experience. I want it to be an experience that I can't comprehend right now.
Okay, so you can't even.
And then, like I said, and then when I'm like, but then I want to be able to be like, all right, can I go back down and check out what's been going on down on Earth while I've been up here being exhirated?
Tell the haters to suck my dick.
I want to watch Get in the Shower.
Here's my vow to you guys and the listeners. If it's possible and I die, I'm going to come back and prove to all you're a fucking bunch of momos.
Yeah, you and fucking Harry Houdini.
Every year we assemble at the stash.
Not all the listeners. That's the listeners we
Tell them Steve Dave, week. Listeners, proven momos.
Extra.
Wow. I want to hear about this dinosaur thing.
Yeah. Dinosaur theory.
Yeah.
There's a theory that it's not possible that some of the dinosaurs that we know and love existed. Like the Brontosaurus.
No.
Yes.
Not the Brontosaurus.
You know that, The Land Before Time, and I think there was another movie that painted the Brontosaurus as like the plant eater, the gentle giant.
Right.
Well, you know what? It's
Land of the Lost.
I feel a Brontosaurus hatchet job coming.
He was no better than the T-Rex. They've lied to you.
No, he wasn't no better than T-Rex. He was just as real as fucking Tinkerbell because there's not. It's not. Physics do not allow a creature with the neck size of a brontosaurus to exist. There's no way the blood pressure could possibly be what it would need to be for that animal to exist with its head held high.
Really?
And the fact that it would have to eat more than 24 hours a day. It would do nothing but eat. It would never sleep. It would never do anything but eat to sustain.
Right now you're describing the Brionsaurus.
Well, you're talking about flawed science. Within the rules of flawed science, it wouldn't be able to exist.
I'm just saying that I've looked it up, and there's some scientists who believe that it's not possible for some of these the dinosaurs as we know them from movies to have existed.
I accuse them of trying to get ink.
Well, think about it though.
But I mean, you've gone to museums and seen.
I'm not saying that all. I'm just saying that some of these dinosaurs that have been trotted out there,
Right.
They may not have existed.
Can you just tell me what finish line you want me to get to on this before we?
You gotta go.
No. I just want to make sure we get to it.
That's the finish line.
Okay, all right.
I don't think that I'm not ready. If you look at certain websites and certain smart people, what their take is on dinosaurs,
Whoa!
makes you wonder.
Check this. I see a lot of things, including NPR saying the Brontosaurus never even existed. Now, that was in 2012. That article. I'm just reading headlines here. Scientific American Journal in April 7th, 2015 says the Brontosaurus is back. A new study says the dinosaur is real after all.
But it could be a different version with a shorter neck, unlike the museum trying to get the Brontosaurus with the longest neck, just adding extra vertebrae in, trying to have the biggest one, and maybe it was actually quite smaller.
You were saying there's a Brontosaurus conspiracy going on.
I'm saying that there's definitely if you're a museum,
God real, Brontosaurus fake.
if you're in the business of you're a museum curator.
Right.
Sure helps if dinosaurs exist, don't they?
Yeah, you're looking at the suggested donations in that glass box, that plastic box, and they're pretty low, and you're like, well...
If you just got fucking paintings on the wall, good luck keeping the doors open.
Right. We're like, we need to add a couple extra vertebrae to this motherfucker, turn him into a Brontosaurus.
We got a cracked vase here.
Right.
Come on in. It's only $10 to come through and look at our cracked vases.
Yeah, check it out. Somebody dropped it 1,000 years ago.
Meanwhile, versus the terrible lizard.
But if you've got a monster,
Mm-hmm.
this monster was the terrible fucking thunder lizard.
You're right.
Oh, everybody wants to go see that.
Yeah.
They're saying, all right. They're saying, I'm reading everything that you're saying right now. But more recent, last year, they're saying that it is possible.
They're saying the heart would be the whole body to pump that level of blood, the blood pressure to keep that head up that high.
Just think what it takes to pump water up to like the 6th floor of a building when you're fighting a fire. And all that pressure, now that would have to be created by, instead of an engine being powered by fuel, by biological.
By a creature made by God. You're saying God can't fucking do that?
He's got to fit in certain rules.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
He
does.
can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Still got to obey the laws of physics.
None of these articles mention the heart at all here.
Here it suggests the large body size of Brontosaurus and other sauropods would have made them unable to maintain high metabolic rates, as they would not be able to release enough heat. They assumed that the animals had a reptilian respiratory system, but they found that an avian system would have allowed them to dump more heat. Some scientists have argued that the heart would have had trouble sustaining sufficient blood pressure to oxygenate the brain. I can't believe this. The beloved Brontosaurus that I grew up with is now thrown into question.
Well, what about? I'll also throw another one at you. The pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl?
Pterodactyl, I thought it was called.
The P, I
No,
think
P
it's silent.
silent, yeah.
Oh, the P silent?
The pterodactyl, I believe, doesn't exist.
Bro, why is it silent?
Because it's like Greek or
It's like the K in knife.
She's just trying to make them sound smarter. Oh, it's the P is silent, and a fucking word I just made up.
They're always out for ink. There's such backbiting in the scientific community. Did you hear what he named his fucking flying dinosaur? A pterodactyl with a silent P. Excuse me.
But they say there's some, and any scientist that comes out against dinosaurs is immediately mocked, immediately stripped of all
Credibility,
because,
just like you.
Just like me. But they
Just
say
like the preachers who
wingspan-
say that fucking the Earth's 6,000 years old.
But the wingspan of the skeleton of a pterodactyl couldn't fly.
I don't
Couldn't
know.
do it. More bullshit. And we just fucking go in and pay and smile and go like, holy shit.
He must have been awesome.
Fork our dollars over to Jurassic Park.
But that doesn't make sense, though, Walt, because that animal wouldn't have evolved like that if it couldn't fly.
Evolved. Well, it went extinct.
But it evolved to that point before it went extinct. Like it wouldn't.
But how do we know? We're just basing this on sometimes incomplete fossil record.
And
We're just assembling it like a jigsaw puzzle.
Look at a fucking full fossil right there.
a lot of the skeletons.
He believes the fucking lines that look like a fucking spider, but that is like he dismisses.
That's a fucking.
I mean, you
fossil.
don't believe the lines. Those lines are there.
Yeah, I know, but he's looking at right there.
Yeah, but that skeleton may not be 100% accurate, though. That could be.
But he's got the wingspan that you're talking about. I'm just saying he wouldn't have evolved that way if he couldn't have glided.
Well, because it's not real. It's like P.T. Barnum put together Bigfoot or something.
I don't think so.
Why do you don't think so?
The Piltdown Man. What about the Piltdown Man?
Yeah, what about that, Q?
What is it, Walt? What is it? If I'm supposed to be answering your question.
This is the guy. This is
Look at him. He won't do it. He won't answer.
Hold on.
Shut down Giddim's mic. What the fuck is the Piltdown Man?
Piltdown Man.
Yeah.
That's the theory that, like...
Stop looking at Giddim.
I'm not even going to explain to your ignorant ass. Yeah, get him. Take care of my light work.
We're just talking about the Piltdown Man.
That's
how little you're listening to him. You're like, oh God, when is the day going to end?
I don't know if Giddim working here is good for you, Walt. I don't think this is working out.
He's stimulating me, man.
No, I don't think it's good.
He's igniting the fires of challenging everything.
I've never seen you so curious since Giddim
so badly informed. He's got you under some sort of spell.
Well, you want a Piltdown Man? I'll get you Piltdown Man. I'll get you Piltdown Man in 2 hours. I don't give a fuck. I'll use my own truck.
I have one in my holiday closet. He told us today he has a holiday closet.
He has 2 closets. One's totally dedicated to holiday shit.
All right, well, tell us real quick what Piltdown Man is.
Piltdown Man was a hoax perpetrated in Piltdown in Sussex, England, I believe.
Okay.
And they took some bone fragments and made them to seem like there was a giant species of giant man that
It's
used
like
to
the
inhabit
Cardiff
Earth.
Giant? Like the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
But you also know that only a handful... I mean, there's been no skeleton found of a dinosaur 100%, where all the bones are there. Not one. Very close, they say.
Okay.
But there's only a handful where there's been 80 to 90% of the bones found. But almost every dinosaur skeleton you've seen...
Yeah, incomplete,
and then created by man the missing pieces.
Well, I thought they would find like incomplete and then incomplete and incomplete and then sort of.
Why aren't we finding dinosaurs everywhere?
Well, it's been millions of years, man.
It's been a while.
Right, but why don't we
fossils
find them
don't
more
just
often?
form. It needs very specific conditions for fossils to form. So I think we're lucky to have the ones we have, some kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess we don't
But
know.
there are millions of dinosaurs around. You expect them to be found. There are millions of bottles out there, and I can still find a bunch of them in the ground.
Yeah, because it's been fucking 100 years with those bottles. I bet you 100 years after the dinosaurs were extinct, there were dinosaur corpses everywhere.
And that's another thing.
Uh-oh.
There's never been. I don't think there's ever been.
Get him, you're fired. I'm making an executive decision. I'm calling
He's
Kevin.
lacing his drinks
As
with
soon as I
something.
come in the morning, he's got some new fucking.
Yeah, this isn't good for
New
you.
topic for you that like just like I said, man, my brain is firing and all its synapses right now.
Yeah, all pistons are going, man.
But like skulls, dinosaur skulls.
Yeah.
They're very hard to find because of the.
Hold on, let me adjust my bow tie.
They're very hard to find because of certain. Because the bones and the tissue, and so a lot of times we have to make up what the heads look like. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah.
Oh, you don't fucking say. Like, what lecture are you at where you're like mad dogging this fucking scientist?
And he's that shifty. He's looking at the floor. He's looking at the ceiling. Oh, dinosaur skull.
It looks like
The class is dismissed. He just fucking runs out the.
Papers falling out of his briefcase.
throws out a smoke pellet.
But I'm not lying. Look, you can look that up. Dinosaur skulls are extremely rare to find complete.
Sure, but that makes sense.
Why? Why does that make sense?
Because, I mean, just because of how long ago that the dinosaurs existed, it would make sense that they'd be rare, no? And there's only one of
Get
them.
them?
And do we know?
And there's only one skull as opposed to thousands of other bones in the body. So,
That's true.
you know what I mean?
But it's the biggest thing. It wouldn't blow away.
No, but it has more chances of just disintegrating as opposed to, statistically speaking, other bones.
I don't know. I tend to think when we find bodies, you mostly find the skull.
Again, you're talking thousands of years as opposed to millions.
But it's the biggest part, though.
not the Brontosaurus.
What would be the biggest part in the Brontosaurus?
You
Ribs?
got to say a rib's got to be bigger than that,
I'm reading here about Sophie, the most complete Stegosaurus skeleton ever found, and she's 85% real. They're saying she's 150 million years old, which may answer why fucking fossils aren't just like kicking around all over the place.
Right.
Okay, and can you tell me this then? How did a Stegosaurus mate?
By putting his cock in a female Stegosaurus, I imagine, no?
No.
I don't like that
that he knows and you don't.
No, what I'm finding really creepy, the real overkill topic here is Walt asks a question, I answer, and before Walt even answers, get him shaking his head no. And then Walt says no. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
That's called synchronicity. That's
called mind control, bro. It's not good. What's happening is not good.
Have I turned in to get him?
Yeah. I don't know. That's not good. And now you get a hate mail all of a sudden. You understand?
Holy shit.
Yeah. You're
Right.
like
the emails I got, the same tone that like I would have read stuff about Get him about.
Right. And it's only started since he's been working here.
Yeah. You're like the Flanchorian candidate.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hey, it's Bri here, and as you know, normally after Walt says, tell him Steve Dave, a song comes on, and the show ends. However, this week, we thought it was important to add a little something that we recorded on January 7th, 2016, episode 273. It was 6 months ago to the day. So listen to this quatrain that I made up and put it in the context of what you just heard. And tell me I'm not a modern-day Nostradamus. For a modest fee, I will quatrain you and your loved ones. Positive quatrains, of course. So sit there in the present and listen to me in the past. Tell the future.
And I would hope from now, if we read these quatrains, when major events happen, we can look back at and listeners can look back at our quatrains maybe interpret them to maybe we did actually channel Nostradamus.
Wow, I'm ready to
You
go.
want me to read one?
All right, let me hear your first one.
All right. From the depths of North Jersey, a flea market cruising fool shall be born. Through a massive gap in his teeth, his tongue will seduce a man of comics. What rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards 35 Broad Street. He will be called Gitler Steve Dave.
Read it again. Restart from the beginning again. I was laughing. Hold on.
From the depths of North Jersey, a flea market cruising fool shall be born. Through a massive gap in his teeth, his tongue will seduce a man of comics. What rough beast its hour come round at last slouches towards 35 Broad Street. He will be called Gitler Steve Dave, and his sway on Flanabron will be absolute.
What did you give him? Voodoo man and so. Truth serum. Deprive his mind of any imagination. I guess you'll make sense now. I'll get the recorder ready. Kill everyone we've got to stop!
You know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name. Hang up. I didn't tell him my name.
What's this all about? What's everybody running? It's the end of everything. What do you mean?
You're gonna be the slave of the world. I'll see you in hell first.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
The idea of that fucking dinosaur professor just fucking being so.
Briefcase under his arm, running.
I mean, we're not kidding. I know. I saw some of the tone and some of the things whoever said.
Yeah.
It's crazy how fucking mad people were. I'm ashamed to be a listener of Tell Steve Dave, and I would be embarrassed if anybody listened to what I was listening to after what you guys were talking about last week.
Jesus Christ! I mean, way to take it a
And I
little
won't be
seriously.
listening again.
How did he get this far? How did he get this far? Tell him, Steve Dave.
It's nuts. Like with more hatred, like the awful racist things I say sometimes. You know, like the bullshit. It's just like he's fucking arguing maps.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.